And it's now time for 1A baseball state semifinals. Fayetteville versus Brookeland being played at Huntsville. And with the play-by-play, let's join Gary Dushek. Gary?
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the home of the Hornets. We're at Huntsville High School as we get ready for game one of this best-of-3 series in the state semifinal round with the new setup this year. Not playing at Dell Diamond like it's been in the past, but you win 2 games this weekend, you'll get to Dell Diamond next week for the state championship game next Saturday in the 1A division. Glad you're with us. We have caught a break here with the weather. We've got mostly sunny skies here this evening. It's a little warm, but it doesn't look like they had a whole lot of rain here at all today. It's a full turf field and a beautiful facility here at Huntsville. And, of course, there is pine trees everywhere, and the outfield fence is lined with some of the biggest trees you've ever seen all the way around. This is the second year for this complex, and it is a good place to be hosting this 2 out of 3 matchup between these two. The Fayetteville Lions are 16-3 on the year, coming off a state tournament visit last year. They're trying to get this is their 11th appearance to reach the state semifinals. They're looking for their 4th state championship in baseball. The Brookeland Wildcats, this is their first ever appearance to the state semifinals in baseball. Now, you remember back in the wintertime, these two schools played in the regional finals in basketball at Humboldt. Brookeland was in the region with Fayetteville for basketball, but in 1A, that can change from one sport to the other. And they are in 2 different regions for baseball, and Brookeland is representing Region 3. And again, our winner after this series moves on to the state championship game next week. This is best 2 out of 3. Game 1 tonight. Game 2 will be here tomorrow at 7. And if we need game 3, it'll be on Friday night back here at 7 o'clock at Huntsville High School. So that's the setting. And the stands are just about full here with folks from Fayetteville and Brookeland. And if you're not quite sure where Brookeland is located, it's north of Jasper on U.S. Highway 96. It's on the east side of Lake Sam Rayburn and also on the edge of the Sabine National Forest. So that kind of gives you the idea of where that little community is. And Fayetteville will be the home team here in game number 1. And they are jumping into the starting lineups already, so we're going to jump in right with them. Let's start with Brookeland. Their head coach is David Morgan. He's in his 5th year there with 74 victories. And they will start at shortstop, Cade Morgan. He'll lead it off. Batting second to be the right fielder, Braden McHugh. Hitting third, the catcher, Sammy Lundquist. Sam Ross will bat 4th, and he'll be playing first base. Batting 5th is Cash Powell, the second baseman. Hitting 6th will be the center fielder, Jake Bennett. Batting 7th, the DH, Jordan Brisker. Hitting 8th, the third baseman, Zach Beckett. And batting 9th will be their pitcher, Landon Smith. The left fielder for the Brookeland Wildcats is their left fielder, Riley Simus, and he's being hit for by Jordan Brister. And we have a very energetic public address announcer. The Brookeland Wildcats got to this state semifinals, beat Martinsville in the first round 15-0. Then they swept Centerville. There's 2 Centervilles, incidentally, winning 14-2 and 8-2. Schulenburg is playing Centerville in the 2-way playoff starting tomorrow. Then after that, they play Chester and swept that series of 12-11 and 8-0. And then swept Avalon in the regional finals 8-2 and 10-0. All right. Fayetteville Lions getting to the state semifinals with a first-round bye. Then they beat Dehanis in a one-gamer 8-2. Then knocked out Knippa 19-2. We had that game here on KVLG-KBUK. And then last week in the county matchup at Brenham, Fayetteville down Round Top Carmine 15-1 and 20-0. 2-0. So that's how these two have gotten to this point. All right, for the Lions, the home team tonight, they will start this lineup. Lawson Frisch will lead it off and play right field this evening. Easton Yeager bat second. He's the shortstop. Hitting eighth will be the pitcher, batting third, the pitcher, Jack Schley. The cleanup batter is first baseman Chance Konvichka. Hitting fifth at third base, Camden Casper. Hitting sixth, the center fielder, Cole Schmidt. Brody Dooley will bat seventh and play left field. Hitting eighth, the catcher, Dylan Henneke. And batting ninth, second baseman, Jack Winford. And again for Fayetteville, Fritch at right. Yeager at short, Schley pitching, Konvichka at first, Casper at third, Schmidt in center, Dooley in left, Henneke catching, and Winford at second base. For Brookeland, Morgan the shortstop, McHugh in right, Lundquist the catcher, Ross at first, Powell at second, Bennett in center, Brister the DH, Beckett at third, and Landon Smith is on the mound. Fayetteville wearing the white pants with the maroon jerseys, white numbers and letters outlined in black. And for the Brookeland Wildcats, they're wearing white socks, or rather blue socks with gray pants, blue jerseys, white numbers and letters outlined in gold. All righty, we'll take a break and be back. We'll be back in 2 minutes to get our ball game underway.
Menarche Construction has a reputation of building high quality and solid homes. Their customers know that they will get the craftsmanship and service they deserve. If you're looking to build a new home or to remodel your current home, call Menarche Construction at 968-3618. That's 968-3618. Menarche Construction is happy to be a part of tonight's broadcast.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Call Adam Check State Farm Insurance, 968-3600.
At Fayetteville Bank, we're more than just your bank. We're your friends and neighbors. With personalized service, competitive rates, and local expertise, we're here to help you reach your financial goals. Whether it's a home loan, business support, or everyday banking, we've got you covered. Fayetteville Bank, where relationships matter. Visit us today in Fayetteville, LaGrange, or Schulenburg and experience banking with a personal touch. Trust local, bank local. Fayetteville Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Orsox Cafe has the best home-cooked meals along with great service and is located at 121 West Fayette in downtown Fayetteville. They have so much to choose from like fried chicken and steak, catfish, hamburgers, homemade onion rings, desserts, and lots more. They also have daily and nightly specials. So make sure to dine in to enjoy a delicious meal with their great service. That's Orsox Cafe in Fayetteville, a sponsor of this broadcast, wishing the Fayetteville Lions the best of luck in the baseball playoffs. A special recognition to grandson number 2, Camden Casper, and their son-in-law, assistant coach Marcus Sodek.
All right, Jack Schley is on the mound. He is a big right-hander with a 156 earned run average, 40 innings, 23 hits allowed, 21 walks. He struck out 64, and he's only allowed 9 earned runs, record at 5-0. His catcher is Dylan Henneke, Chance Konvichka at first, Jack Winford at second, Camden Casper, the third baseman, Easton Yeager at short, Brody Dooley left, Cole Schmidt in center, Lawson Fritch is the right fielder. The sun will be an issue for a while for the third baseman, shortstop, and the left fielder. We do have shade covering up a part of the infield. Most of the mound is in shade, as is home plate. And again, this park sits down low, so there's not a lot of breeze down low here. The flags are hanging limp right now. It's about 3:15 down the line. They don't have the numbers on the fence. Straightaway center, give or take 355, maybe 360. And right and left center, it kind of jutes out there. That may be some of the deepest. If anybody knows how the Weimer ballpark is set up, the fence goes straight out from the foul line. The deepest part of the park is generally the area on each side of the green monster, and this park looks a lot like that. All right, here's Cade Morgan, the shortstop, big right-hander. And our first pitch of our series is a high fastball from Schley that sails over everybody for ball. Morgan, McHugh, and Lundquist. Jay Morgan is supposed to be, from what we understand, their best pitcher, tall kid. He's playing shortstop tonight. Schley's 1-0 pitch, fastball at the letters for a strike. We have a 4-man crew tonight for umpires, and they were assigned by the UIL. So the coaches really didn't have input on who the umpires were going to be. All right, the 1-1 from Schley, curveball. That's right there for a call strike, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. We're looking right down the first baseline. A really good spot here, the way they have this set up for us here. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. No, got a little piece of it and fouled it off, and it popped out of the middle of Dylan Henneke. So Morgan still has life here at 1-2. All right, Schley ready, and the 1-2 pitch coming in, and there's a curveball that misses down low and away a little bit for ball. Morgan almost went after it. McHugh and Lundquist will follow. All right, Schley ready. Fastball is high. They check swing, and the first base umpire say they didn't go around, so that'll fill up the count here on the leadoff man for Brookeland. All right, the 3-2. That's right there. Call strike 3, and Morgan knew it with the fastball, and there's 1 out. They'll bring up Braden McHugh, their right fielder. Of course, with 1A schools, a lot of the basketball players are on the baseball team. I think Fayetteville has 8 basketball players playing. Curveball into McHugh was low, and there's 9 players on the baseball roster for the Wildcats that also played in that basketball game. So one of those, a fastball that misses wide a little bit for ball, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. The seats are we're pretty much full here watching this one. The 2-0. Oh, we got a high strike call. So this umpire has called a couple of strikes at the letters here so far, and it's 2-1. The seating goes dugout around to the other dugout. All aluminum seating with backrest for most of it anyway. Some of it's just benches. But right behind the plate, they have an actual chair set up.
KBUK LaGrange.
All right, the 2-1, swing and a foul, got a piece of that high fastball, then rolled it back to the screen, and it's a 2-2 count. The fence in right and left field has Huntsville Hornets on one side and Hornet Baseball on the right field side on the huge letters, leaving no doubt where you are. All right, the 2-2, bouncer towards second. Jack Winfrey with a nice, big, convenient hop over to Konvichka, and there's 2 away here in the top of the first inning. It'll get up their third hitter in the orders, Sammy Lundquist, the catcher, another good-sized player. And they are keeping the pitches on the scoreboard today. They're in my books. Now I like them a lot here. Now we actually can see how many pitches these guys have. All right, the pitch to Lundquist. Fastball misses up a little bit for ball. Infielders back all the way around. Another one that's upstairs and pops out of the mid of Dylan Henneke, and it's a 2-0 count. And I think Jack is having a little trouble here, maybe a little bit. His hand may be a little damp, maybe looking for a rosin bag. That or he's looking in for maybe a certain pitch he'd like to throw. That could be the possibility. All right, the 2-0 to Lundquist. That's a little low and away, and it's 3-0 now to Sammy Lundquist. Two outs, nobody on here for Brookeland. Top of the first in game 1. All right, the 3-0 to Lundquist. Acts like he's going to bunt and takes it low, and there's a base runner as he walks on 4 pitches.
for the Wildcats, first baseman, number 12, Sam Ross.
Yeah, I think Jack is having a hard time keeping his throwing hand dry or the moisture off of it. He rubs it, keeps rubbing it on his pants. All right, Sam Ross, the first baseman, another tall, lanky player with a runner on. Lundquist takes a pretty good lead, and Schley steps off to get him back to the base. Convicio holding him at first. Stretch and pitch, corner call for a strike. Outfielder straight away. All right, the 0-1 to Ross. That bounces in there and bounces away from Henneke, and that'll get Lundquist out of second base on the wild pitch, and they got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. There, we got a rosin bag out of the dugout. That's what he was looking for. Just a little on the human side. All right, a runner in scoring position now for the Wildcats. 1-1 count to Sam Ross. Pitch comes in low and away. A slider misses, and it's 2-1. Schley checks the runner behind him. Stretch and pitch. Strike at the knee. Good pitch there, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fair size lead by Lundquist at second. Schley checks in to pitch to the plate. Curveball, swing and a miss. A real slope. And that ends the inning. Couple of strikeouts for Schley to first. They leave a man stranded at second base. And we played a half an inning. Brookeland nothing. Lions coming up. We'll be back on KBUK in a moment.
Gary and Betty Fritsch from Fritsch Cattle Company proudly support the Fayetteville athletic teams, and they are super proud of the Lions baseball team and coaches. They send them the best of luck in the baseball playoffs, and a special recognition to their grandsons, Lawson Fritsch and Jack Schley. Go Lions! Fritsch Cattle Company, located in Fayetteville, a proud sponsor of this broadcast on KVLG-KBUK.
As the school year comes to a close, Colorado Valley Communications would like to recognize the hard work, dedication, and achievements of our local high school seniors of Fayette and surrounding counties. To our area graduates, take a moment to celebrate your accomplishments as you look forward to your future. We wish you endless success and fulfillment as you embark on this exciting new chapter of your lives. Congratulations to the class of 2025 from all of us at Colorado Valley Communications.
On the mound for the Wildcats is a right-hander. His name is Landon Smith. His catcher is Sammy Lundquist. Sam Ross is at first base. Cash Powell at second. Zach Beckett at third. Cade Morgan is the shortstop. Riley Simus in left. Jake Bennett in center. And Brandon McHugh is the right fielder. First 3 batters for the Lions, Fritz Yeager and Schley. The Wildcats leaving runner at second base. Schley with a couple of strikeouts in the top of the inning. Sun getting down far enough now. Clouds have kind of covered it up a little bit, and I'm talking about some massive pine trees. Of course, they're all over Huntsville and East Texas. This ballpark was probably right in the middle of them when they cleared all what they needed for the baseball field and the softball field. And on the other side of the tree line, past the left field fence, is the football stadium, and the high school's on the other side of that. You cannot see the football field from where we're sitting because of the trees. All right, there's Lawson Fritz leading it off. Senior hitting .429 with 23 RBIs. Has a couple of homers.
Leading off for the Lions, the right fielder, number 3, Lawson Fritz.
All right, Smith's first pitch in the Fritz is a strike call. Outfielder straight away, and that off-speed pitch comes in high, and it's a ball and a strike here to Lawson. That's a strike call at the knees on the inside corner, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Landon Smith is a junior. They list him at 6'2". There's a grounder up the middle, and that's the base hit. And right away, the Lions get a base runner here as Lawson Fritz singles up the middle. That'll help that .429 batting average.
Number 25,
All right, Easton Yeager, shortstop, will be the hitter. .419, 28 RBIs. Of course, everybody's out of school now. Top 2 guys in the batting order, seniors or graduates, as whatever you want to call them. Off-speed pitch into Yeager's upstairs for ball. See if Fritz may have an inkling to run. Sam Ross is holding him over there. Stretching pitch. Check swing, but called a strike at the knees to Yeager, and it's an even count at 1 ball, 1 strike with Jack Schley on deck. All right, Smith stretches in the pitch, swing and a miss. Another off-speed pitch, a big cut that time by Yeager. That one dropped low and outside on him. All right, pitch into the bouncer towards short. Morgan will touch the bag himself over to first, double play. Hard hit ball, but it took the shortstop toward the bag, and that one turned out to be an easy one. 6 unassisted 3, and you can erase the base runner, and there are 2 outs.
now batting for the Lions, number 7, the pitcher, Jack Schley.
So 2 gone, and that'll bring up Jack Schley with the bases empty. Schley at .491, 28 RBIs, 2 homers. Left-handed batter, a dead pull hitter, and Brady McHugh is playing him really deep in right field. That's on the corner for a strike. We don't have the round top Carmine shift here, though, today. Their third baseman is playing third base. Center fielder's not deep, but the right fielder is way back there. The 0-1 bouncer up to first base. That's a big hopper, and it takes a funny bounce. That's a foul. That ball looked like it was foul. But the first baseman, Ross, made the play, and they get the out, and that ball sure looked like it was bounced foul. But that's going to retire the Lions here in the first inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. We played 1, no score. Back to Huntsville after this.
Howdy, everybody. Todd Fritch here for Giddings Livestock. Jeff Brown, Phil Brockenbush, and myself appreciate the opportunity to market your cattle. We can receive your cattle at the barn or for your convenience. We have holding pens in Industry, Fayetteville, Carmine, and LaGrange. For more info, you can call the barn at 979-542-2274 or check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or GittingsLivestock.com. And remember, at Giddings Livestock, your cattle are our business.
Summer savings at LaGrange Napa on a variety of Milwaukee tools, accessories, and work lighting. Brake Clean brake parts cleaners start at $4.99. Napa Premium Conventional Motor Oil, $3.49 a quart, or $16.99 a jug. That's at LaGrange Napa, 210 East Travis.
All right, coming up here in the top of the second for Brookeland, it'll be Powell, Bennett, and Brister. Jack Schley with a couple of strikeouts in the first inning around a walk. And Brookeland getting out of the bottom of the first with the tailor-made double play ball up the middle to the shortstop.
Number 4, the second baseman, Cash Powell.
All right, Cash Powell, their second baseman, a right-handed hitter, a sophomore. Also can pitch. And he takes one high with a fastball for ball 1. Slide through 22 pitches, or 21 pitches in the first inning. Remember, the limit is 110 for the series. The 1-0 fastball is there on the corner for a strike, right below the belt, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, that's low and away. And Powell gets ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. He'll be followed by Bennett and Brister. They're 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Another one's a little wide. Dylan Henneke, the catcher, tried to pull it back in. Guy behind the plate can't quite make up his mind how he wants to call that high pitch. He's called it a couple of times. All right, 3-1. That's right down the middle for a call strike. A full count. Outfielder straight away. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Swung right through that fastball there for strike 3. And that's 3 Ks for Jack Sly.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 3, left center fielder, Jake Bennett.
All right, Jake Bennett, the center fielder. One of their seniors. Another basketball player, 6'4". Bit of a squat to his stance and files that first pitch off into the screen off the first base side, and he falls behind 0-1. All right, Slide with the 0-1 pitch coming. Breaking ball, call strike, and it's 0-2. Took a little off for something on that one. Just dropped it in there. All right, the 0-2 to Bennett. Swing and a foul. Went after a high fastball and fouled it straight back. That thing was right almost at the height of his forehead. Took a cut at it. All right, the 0-2. Curve ball down low, missed low, and it's 1-2. All right, Sly ready. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up. That'll be foul on the play over the first base dugout. That actually will get over that fence and all right, the 1-2 into Bennett again. Swing and a miss, an off-speed pitch. It bounced in there, and Henneke just tags the runner, and that is the second out. Boy, he had him completely fooled on that slow breaking ball there. 4 strikeouts for Sly. And here is Jordan Brister, the DH. Sophomore. Steps in. Camden Casper even with the bag at third off the line, and that fastball is a little wide for ball. All right, the 1-0, that's low for ball. These two teams coming into this semifinal combining for 37 wins and a total of 5 losses. 2-0. There's a strike call at the letters, and it's 2-1. Of course, both of them had that extended basketball season. That's why Fayetteville only got 19 games in, and they played 23. All right, the 2-1 pitch. Strike on the corner at the belt, and it's 2-2. Took a good pitch there. Jack trying to get out of the inning here with the bases empty. 2-2 coming, and that's low and away. Went with the slider, maybe the curve, a little bit off the plate and down, and it's a full count. All right, Sly ready. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Off speed, strike 3, and he struck out the side. 4 straight Ks now for Jack Sly. He's got 6 in the ball game already. 3 up and 3 down, and we have played an inning and a half. No score. Back to Huntsville right after this on KVUK.
Emil and Mary Schley are proud to be a sponsor of this broadcast and wish good luck to the Fayetteville Lions baseball team in the baseball playoffs. They send a special recognition to their grandson, Jack Schley. They are very proud of you and of the entire team. The Lions are an example of what happens when you combine teamwork and hard work. Again, best of luck from Emil and Mary Schley.
From Fayette Savings Bank. Lions, you continue to amaze us. Regional champs the last 4 out of 5 years and 11 times overall. Keep rolling, guys, and go win that 4th state championship next week. Y'all are a true testament to where hard work, character, and dedication can take you. Fayette Savings Bank, LaGrange, Flatonia, Schulenburg, and Weimar. Your neighbors, your community. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, the bottom of the second inning, the Lions will send up their 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Konvichka, Casper, and Schmidt. Facing Landon Smith, who gave up a base hit, but the double play got him out of that little mini spot. And he wound up only facing 3 hitters in the bottom of the first inning.
Leading off for the Lions, first base.
Really good night for a ball game. And a really good setting. All right, Chance Konvichka, the left-handed hitting first baseman. 419 hitter, good hitter from the left side, and that fastball is wide for ball. He's knocked in 21 runs. He's hit 3 homers this year. The right fielder, McHugh, really playing the line on him out there, and that's another breaking ball. That just missed, maybe a little low off the plate. Tried to go back door on him on that one. The 2-0 bounces in there, and Konvichka had 3-0 here to open up the bottom of the second inning. There's a strike call right there at the knees. Konvichka taking that one all the way. First baseman Sam Ross playing behind the bag, moves up a couple of steps on the next pitch, and it's blowing outside with a curveball, and that'll be a walk as Konvichka leads off the inning. So the Lions have got their leadoff man on in 2 consecutive innings. Here's Camden Casper, the third baseman, finishing out his freshman year, hitting .333, 10 RBIs and a homer. Good-looking young player, right-handed batter. Konvichka at first. He'll draw high throw. Oh, they picked him off. He dove back to the bag, and I don't know if they got to the base. And that throw was high. It was almost like he got a cleat stuck when he dove back and erased the base runner. So Casper now with no count, nobody on base, and he swings and fouls one back into the screen for strike 1. Pretty good move, though, by Landon Smith, the pitcher. The 0-1, that's upstairs with a fastball, and it's the ball and a strike. 1-1. Let's fly ball out to shallow right. McHugh coming on. Easy play for him, and there's 2 away. Casper lifts a lazy fly ball to medium depth out in right.
Now batting for the line, center fielder, number 33.
So 2 gone. And here is Cole Schmidt, the center fielder. Junior hitting .250. 15 runs batted in. First pitch, he swings, takes a good cut and fouls it straight back into the screen. Falls behind, 1 strike. The 0-1. Schmidt lines one the opposite way, and that'll get into right field for a base hit. So a 2-out hit by Schmidt. Fayetteville's second base hit of the ball game. Just kind of served it to the opposite field. Cade Morgan, the shortstop, went after it, but had no chance of getting to it. Let's see if Fayetteville can do something here with a little 2-out rally. Brody Dooley, the batter. 286 on the year himself. Takes one off the plate for ball. Dooley, a right-handed batter, another one of the seniors or graduates, whatever you want to call them. They've been out of school since graduated back on May the 9th. Fair side lead by Schmidt, and it's a pop-up. Toward the shortstop, Cade Morgan on the first base side of the bag, hauls it in, and that retires the Lions here in the bottom of the second. They strand a runner. We played 2 innings, no score here in game 1. We'll have more baseball right here on 104.9 KBUK right after this.
Farmers Lumber Company really does have everything you need, everything. That includes a great paint department, steel products, lumber, ranching and fence supplies, tools, hardware, and plumbing. Located at 515 East Travis in LaGrange, they're open Monday through Saturday. Farmers Lumber Company is also a great place to work, and they are now hiring. They're always looking for good candidates in all positions. They have an immediate need for lumber yard loaders, so stop by today and fill out an application. Farmers Lumber Company.
For over 80 years now, the Cavender Auto family has kept Texans on the road, and today's no different. With one click to CavenderAutoCountry.com, shop 4 Cavender dealerships, including Cavender Ford, Cavender Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, and Cavender Polaris in Columbus, and Cavender Chevrolet Buick GMC in Weimar. One click, 4 dealerships at CavenderAutoCountry.com, making confidence happen right here at home.
All right, we're off to the 3rd inning. Scoreless ball game here in game 1. Now, we'll be back here tomorrow night for game 2, back here at Huntsville, 7 o'clock ball game again. Fayetteville will be the visiting team tomorrow night. They'll have the first base side. But we got a long way to go in this one. It'll be Beckett, Smith, and then back to the top of the order for Morgan here for the Brookeland Wildcats. Jack Schley has struck out 5 batters through the first couple of innings, walked 1. Comfortable evening.
For the Wildcats, third baseman, number 11, Zach Beckett.
All right, Beckett steps up to third baseman, right-hand batter with a wide open stance. Takes one for a strike from Jack Schley. Schley out of the windup in the 0-1 pitch. Curveball hit towards short. Yeager sucks that one up over the first base, 1 away. Go right on target, a nice hop right below the waist. 5 in a row now, retired by Schley.
Number 5, Landon Smith.
I'm going to bring up their pitcher, Landon Smith, batting in the 9 spot tonight. That pitch misses, must have been a little inside because it sure didn't look high. There's a strike call into Smith, and it's 1-1 strike. One away here for Brookeland here in the top of the third. 1-1, right at the belt, call strike. They're taking a lot of strikes. Sly gets ahead 1-2. One-two pitch, a bouncer up the third base side. Camden Casper waits for the nice hop over to first base. Two gone. He came charging, and good thing he didn't, because they got a nice convenient hop. Instead of trying to come up for that long hop, he waited for that easier one and throws him out. Back to the top of the order for Cade Morgan. Started the ball game, took a third call strike. Comes up with the bases empty, now 2 outs. First pitch down at the knees, call strike one. Slide works quickly, the 0-1 pitch. Right there again for another call strike, right at the knees. All right, 0-2. Let's see if Schley goes with the curveball here. Nope, fastball is bounced foul toward the third base dugout. All right, 2-strike count to Cade Morgan. Sly ready, and the pitch. That swung on and lifted foul, well foul down the right field line. That'll get into the pine trees, because that one got out of the ballpark. They have a really high retaining wall down the lines. This field is set down. I mean, it's below actual ground level, I guess, if you want to call it that. There's another one pulled foul, this time passed down the left field side. And the count remains 0-2. Bases empty. The 0-2 pitch to Morgan. Just misses low. Got to hit that fastball down below the knees. Sly still ahead of ball and 2 strikes here to Cade Morgan, the leadoff man. And there's a call, strike 3 on the corner, and he knew it. And Morgan down on strikes twice in this ball game, and Jack picks up strikeout number 6. Another 3 up and 3 down inning for him. We're on to the bottom of the third. Time to get something going here and get some runs on the board. It's no score. We'll be back.
Rushka's Store and Bakery in Ellinger, family owned and operated since 1912, and known for their delicious kolaches, cinnamon rolls, and other freshly baked goods, along with their cheeseburger, sandwiches, and more. They're conveniently located right along Highway 71 in Ellinger. Next time you're in the area, make sure to stop, fill up on gas, snacks, and pick up some baked goods and order from the grill. While you wait on your order, browse through their area of gift items and apparel. Rushka Store and Bakery, a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Go Lions!
The Flatonia Livestock Commission Company has been family owned and operated by the Beck family for over 40 years. It's located in Flatonia at 1500 U.S. Highway 90 East. Their sale is every Monday at 11:30 a.m. Flatonia Livestock receives livestock 7 days a week. That's right, 7 days a week. They have holding pens in LaGrange at 1197 Carroll Lane. Call 968-5120. They also have holding pens in Ellinger at 4824 Kazmersky Road. Contact Ron Beck Jr. at 361-772-4806. Flatonia Livestock would like to thank all of you for your continued business. Selling your livestock is Flatonia Livestock's business. Once again, thank you from the Beck family and Flatonia Livestock Commission Company.
All right, bottom of the third inning. Lions had the only 2 hits in the ball game.
For the Lions, the pitcher.
Off of Landon Smith, who has not struck a batter out yet, but he's worked around some base runners in each inning. And the first pitch into Dylan Henneke up for the first time tonight is a call strike. 8, 9, and 1 for Fayetteville here in the home half of the third. Henneke, Winford, and back to the top to Fritch. The 0-1, swinging a foul back into the screen here off the first base side. And excellent crowd tonight, 2 1A schools, but the seating is pretty much full. There's some folks standing behind the seating, kind of on the level where I'm at here. The 0-2 pitch way upstairs for ball. That one got away from Smith, and it's a 1-2 count to Dylan Henneke. Hitting .392, freshman. One and two, way up again with a fastball, and it's 2-2. You know, we're in Huntsville, Texas, and we all know what's here in Huntsville, Texas. When you start hearing sirens in Huntsville, you kind of wonder. 2-2, swing and a miss. He chased a fastball there about shoulder high. He did Smith a favor, and there's one away.
Now batting for the Lions, second baseman, number 0, Jack Winford.
So that's the first strikeout of the night for Smith, and he'll face Jack Winford, the Lions' second baseman. Senior hitting .333, he's driven in 8. Right-hand batter takes a high one for ball one. Another one that misses inside to Winford, and it's 2-0. 29 pitches so far on the night for Landon Smith. Works him to stretch all the time. That one's up. That hit him. Yep, I think it grazed his helmet, and the Lions have a base runner. A glancing blow. And that'll get the top of the order, Lawson Fritch, up with a base runner. Smith has given up a couple of hits, has walked one and hit a batter now with one strikeout, and we're going to get a visit coming out of their dugout from manager David Morgan, or their head coach. Entire infield is having the conversation. So the Lions now will get a second look now at the starting pitchers. We get to the top of the order. Lawson Fritch had a base hit in the first inning, but he was involved in the double play ball hit by Easton Yeager. All right, Winford is lead away from Sam Rios, the first baseman. Smith ready, and the pitch into Fritch. Fastball, it's high again for ball one. Remember, Smith has picked off one runner already at first. There's a strike right in there at the belt to Fritch, and it's a 1-1 count. Lawson came in hitting .429. That base hit got him up over the .430 mark. Don't know how much, but that it would. And that one misses inside for ball. That was close, but a little inside, plate umpire indicating. Not a big lead by Winford. There's a grounder by Fritch, foul outside the third base coach's box. Coach Clint Yeager coaching third, Marcus Sodex at first. Coach Yeager in his 24th year here at Fayetteville. 325 wins, if the stats are right. There's a swing and a miss by Fritch, and he is down on strikes.
Now batting for the Lions.
2 strikeouts on the night here for Smith, and they both come in this inning. So that's going to bring up Easton Yeager. Well, this is the state semifinals. You would expect to see some pitching. Winford still at first. The pitch to Yeager. That's pulled right at the third baseman, Bennett. Beckett over the first side, retires. Hit it right on the numbers, but right at him. And that will do it here for the Lions after stranding a batter it reached by hit by pitch. We are through 3 innings in a pitcher's duel. Fayetteville nothing. Brookeland nothing. We'll have more on KBUK right after this.
Fayetteville Propane congratulates the Lions baseball team for reaching the state semifinals, and they wish them good luck against Brookeland. Since 1955, Fayetteville Propane has served your propane needs. Propane tanks are available for rent or sale. They also have fireplaces, heaters, gas grills, and water heaters. The Fayetteville location can be reached at 378-2213. Fayetteville Propane also has a location in Brenham.
To guarantee your home's heating and cooling system is ready for whatever the season's weather brings, call Reader's Air Conditioning and Heating today. They're the people you know and trust. Reader's Air Conditioning and Heating can give you expert service and authentic Lennox quality, coupled with savings that'll make achieving perfect air in your home easier than ever. Call Readers today at 968-5277 or visit their website, readersac.com. License number TACLB 10227C.
Thank you, Mr. Anders. Welcome back to Huntsville. Fans, don't forget the final UIL state event of the year is the 2025 State Baseball Championships. Take place next week, June 5th through the 7th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. For all the scheduling and the spectators and the ticket information, visit UILtexas.org/baseball. Again, that's UILtexas.org/baseball. I can tell you what you don't even have to look for the UIL to find out when all the games are for the state, because I'm going to tell you, the winner of this series will play for the state championship next Saturday on June the 1st at 9 a.m. in the morning before the 6A championship games. All right, here in the 4th inning, strike calls. It started off for the hitter Braden McHugh. Jack Schley back out there again with 6 strikeouts already. The 0-1 right there at the knees, but I guess a little low, and it's 1-1. Josh Vitek thought it was a good pitch. I could hear him to my left. All right, the 1-1 pitch to McHugh. Right there above the knee. That's for a call strike. McHugh grounded out the second baseman, Jack Winford, in the 1st inning. The 1-2. Swinging a bouncer towards second. Winford's up with it over the first base. A high throw, and it pulled Konvichka off the bag, but he had enough time to get the tag on the runner going by. That almost turned into a disaster there, but luckily Konvichka had enough time after being pulled off the base, and he got pulled off the back toward the plate, so the runner was coming at him, and he got the tag on him for the out. All right, here's Sammy Lundquist, the catcher. Takes one high with a fastball for ball. Walked in the 1st inning. Wound up being stranded at second. He's their only base runner up to this point. The 1-0, swinging a foul back into the screen off the first base side. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. All right, Sly ready to go, the 1-1. Strike call right below the belt. Fastball again on the inner half, and it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul back into the screen off the first base side. Astros already won today. They beat the Athletics 5-3. They've won 4 in a row now. 1-2 pitch. Oh, a little check swing, and he fouled it off. He was fooled on that pitch and barely got the bat on the ball there and fouled it off. 1 out for Brookeland here in the 4th inning already. One-two, swinging a ball deep, look toward the third baseman, Casper, across the diamond. throws him out. A nice pick by Chance Konvinsky on the backhand side. Casper playing back at third base, and there's 2 away.
For the Wildcats, first baseman, number 12, Sam Ross.
All right, here's Sam Ross, the first baseman. Tall fella. Their version of and he swings and shoots a foul past the first base dugout for strike 1. This is their version of Josh Hader. If anybody knows about the Astros and Hader, you might know what I'm talking about here. The 0-1, swing and a miss, fooled him badly on a slow curveball, and it's 0-2. The 0-2, little chopper foul, and it bounced up and hit him, I think, right, either right at the chin or on his cheek. That ball bounced right off the plate, and Ross got the worst of that, and he is asking for a towel. I don't know if it got him in his lip or in the nose or whatever, but he took a full cut and hit the top of the ball, and he went right into the turf and right back up as he kind of lunged forward, and it got him. And their 2 coaches are checking on him. Couldn't tell. Got him in his nose or on his, or maybe on the. Ah. Yeah, the turf has forget about the pellets, and that could fly up. But I think the ball got him. Yeah, could have. Yeah, I'm not gonna, because it's Baxter to us, and he's standing in front of the first base dugout. We're looking down the first baseline here, but. I will say this, though, he's not giving any indication that he wants to come out. That might have got him in the lip or maybe on the chin. They're still tending to Sam Ross. Front of the first base dugout, it just took a foul ball that he basically pounded it straight into the turf at the plate, and it bounced up and hit him. And now he's going into the dugout, so we'll see what's happening there. We got a break here just for a moment. We'll be right back to Huntsville, and we'll give you an update on Sam Ross here right after this.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Menarche Construction has a reputation of building high quality and solid homes. Their customers know that they will get the craftsmanship and service they deserve. If you're looking to build a new home or to remodel your current home, call Menarche Construction at 968-3618. That's 968-3618. Menarche Construction is happy to be a part of tonight's broadcast.
Howdy, welcome back. Here at Huntsville, little break as the coaches for Brookeland are tending to Sam Ross, who was at the plate and took a foul ball that he basically swung and pounded it straight into the turf at the plate. It came up and hit him somewhere, and we're guessing maybe his chin or his nose or maybe on the lip. Don't know, but they're working on him in the dugout. Three of the umpires are visiting up the first baseline here. But he doesn't. Yeah, he's not coming out. I mean, this is the state semifinals. Whatever they fixed him up, and he's coming back to the plate. All right, so Jack Sly ready to go here with a 2-strike count here to Ross. And he threw him a curveball off the plate, swinging a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. But hopefully he's their first baseman, and he doesn't look like he's coming out after that. So 3 up and 3 down once again as Sly has retired 10 in a row, and we're halfway through. No score here in game 1. Back right after this.
Look at you, having it together. You've got a car. You have a house. Now get your car and house insured together with a State Farm agent. A local agent can help you customize your coverage and save when you bundle your home and auto insurance.
Call Adam Check State Farm Insurance, 968-3600.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability, amount of discount, savings, and eligibility may vary.
At Fayetteville Bank, we're more than just your bank. We're your friends and neighbors. With personalized service, competitive rates, and local expertise, we're here to help you reach your financial goals. Whether it's a home loan, business support, or everyday banking, we've got you covered. Fayetteville Bank, where relationships matter. Visit us today in Fayetteville, LaGrange, or Schulenburg and experience banking with a personal touch. Trust local, bank local. Fayetteville Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Bottom of the 4th inning, the Lions coming up in a scoreless ball game. It'll be Sly, Konvichka, and Casper facing Landon Smith, who's given up 1 hit. Only struck out 2, but he's had several ground ball outs early in this ball game. And Sam Ross, the first baseman for Brookeland, after taking that foul ball, back out there at first. Sly steps up, and he grounded unassisted to first base his first time up. There's a fastball that's wide again. The right fielder plays him pull and deep. Surprised Ross doesn't play a little deeper at first base. He's behind the bag, but not as deep as you might think against the left-handed batter here. Now he's moving up a couple of steps, and Sly can't check the swing on that high fastball and goes around, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1. That's a swing and a foul. That's going to be into the screen, I guess. Yep, right above us here on the third base side. And Sly falls behind 1 and 2. One-two pitch, low and away for ball. That was down and outside. I know the Brooklyn fans didn't like it, but it was the catcher caught it well outside, and it's 2-2 now to Sly. Chance Konvichka's next. 2-2 pitch upstairs for ball. Now it's a full count. Three and 2. That's hit well and deep to right. Going back is the right fielder, and it's going to be off the base of the fence for extra bases. Sly gets to second base, and there's a stand-up double, and the Lions have a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. Braden McHugh went back, and the ball actually landed at the bottom of the fence, and it turns into a two-base hit for Sly. Their second hit. All right, Konvichka walked his first time, but then was picked off. And the Lions now have a chance to get something going here. A ground ball to first or second would get the run to the third. And that pitch is high and away to Konvichka for ball 1. Caden Morgan, the shortstop, Jocelyn in position. There's a hard shot right at the first baseman on the line, and he caught it, stumbling a little bit. Man, that ball was hammered by Konvichka, and a good play. And, Ross is the one that took the foul ball in his face, and then they hit a line shot, and luckily the line shot was down a little bit. He stumbled a little bit, but hauled it in for the out, robbing Konvichka of a hit. That ball was smoked. That's 2 solid swings, though, by Fayetteville back-to-back. And here's Camden Casper, takes one up and in for ball. Pitch to Casper. He popped it up on the infield. The pitcher, Landon Smith, comes off the mound toward the foul line and hauls it in, and now there's 2 outs, and Sly still at second base.
Now batting for the Lions, number 33, Cole Smith.
That ball that Konvichka hits is a foot or 2 in either direction. It's a run. But Ross stayed in there. He's had a rough few minutes here, but he made a good play there. All right, here's Cole Schmidt. He singled his first time, opposite field, and gets a good cut and fouls off that letter-high fastball straight back for strike 1. Schmidt served a liner into left field his first time up. Could use that again here. Sly at second with 2 outs now, and that's high. Fastball misses from Smith, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Upstairs again, up and away for ball, and it's 2-1. Smith will wheel and throw one back to second base. Slide not that far off the bag with Cash Powell, the second baseman, coming in to take that pickoff throw. All right, 2-1 to Cole Schmidt. Swing and a miss. Got a little bit late on that high fastball there, and it's 2-2. That was probably a ball, a little high. Now a 2-2 pitch coming up here. Smith trying to get out of a little trouble here, and a swing and a foul back. Smith with 15 RBIs. Number 16 is standing out at second base. Try to give the Lions the lead here. Here it comes. That's upstairs again, and he laid off of it. Not the full count. Brody Dooley is next if Schmidt can keep the inning going. 3-2 coming. Swinging a fly ball, pretty well hit to left, right center. McHugh moving over, though, and he's got room and hauls it in, and it held up for him. And the leadoff double is nothing from Fayetteville after that. As Smith gets the next 3 batters, including that hard shot to the first baseman, Sam Ross, by Chance Konvichka. We're 4 innings into this one already, and it's still scoreless between Brookeland and Fayetteville. We'll be back right after this on
Orsak's
KVLG.
Cafe has the best home-cooked meals along with great service and is located at 121 West Fayette in downtown Fayetteville. They have so much to choose from, like chicken fried chicken and steak, catfish, hamburgers, homemade onion rings, desserts, and lots more. They also have daily and nightly specials. So make sure to dine in to enjoy a delicious meal with their great service. That's Orsak's Cafe in Fayetteville, a sponsor of this broadcast, wishing the Fayetteville Lions the best of luck in the baseball playoffs. A special recognition to grandson number 2, Camden Casper, and their son-in-law, assistant coach Marcus Sodek. Gary and Betty Fritsch from Fritsch Cattle Company proudly support the Fayetteville athletic teams, and they are super proud of the Lions baseball team and coaches. They send them the best of luck in the baseball playoffs, and a special recognition to their grandsons, Lawson Fritsch and Jack Schley. Go Lions! Fritsch Cattle Company, located in Fayetteville, a proud sponsor of this broadcast on KVLG-KBUK.
All right, off to the top of the 5th inning already. We've been playing about an hour. It'll be Powell, Bennett, and Brister, 5, 6, and 7 for the Wildcats. Jack Schley, 7 strikeouts. Has not given up a hit. The only base runner, a walk to Lundquist back in the first inning. Now that I've jinxed him now without the hits. He's thrown 66 pitches through 4 innings.
Leading off for the Wildcats, second baseman, number 4, Cash Powell.
All right, Cash Powell, the strikeout victim, his first time up. The first pitch to Powell, fastball misses down for ball. The 1-0. Oh, strike call on the inside corner at the knees. And it's 1-1. Breaking ball, strike right below the belt, and it's 1-2. Nobody out, nobody on here for Brookeland in the 5th. Call strike 3 at the knees. Took some pretty good pitches there, and that is 8 punch-outs now for Jack Schley.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 3, Jake Bennett.
Third one called. And here's Jake Bennett, the center fielder, who also went down swinging back in the second inning. Pitching dominated game in game 1. The 1-0 to Bennett, swinging a foul into the screen here off the first base side, and Schley gets even on the count. The only base runner or 2-out walk back in the first inning that he has allowed. There's a fly ball out to left field, lazy fly ball. Dooley coming in a couple of steps. Yeah, that's the first thing hit out that way to him, and there's 2 outs.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 13, Jordan Brister.
All right, Jordan Brister, the DH, coming up to the plate. A strikeout victim his first time. Pitch misses down a little bit for ball. There's a strike call into Brister. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, right field side. Chris moving over toward the foul line. Plenty of room. It's the catch. And it's a very quiet 1-2-3 inning again by the Brookeland bats. As Schley has now retired 13 batters in a row. And we're going to the bottom of the 5th. We need a couple of runs here. It's scoreless here in game 1. We'll be right back.
As the school year comes to a close, Colorado Valley Communications would like to recognize the hard work, dedication, and achievements of our local high school seniors of Fayette and surrounding counties. To our area graduates, take a moment to celebrate your accomplishments as you look forward to your future. We wish you endless success and fulfillment as you embark on this exciting new chapter of your lives. Congratulations to the class of 2025 from all of us at Colorado Valley Communications.
Howdy, everybody. Todd Fritsch here for Giddings Livestock. Jeff Brown, Phil Brockenbush, and myself appreciate the opportunity to market your cattle. We can receive your cattle at the barn or for your convenience. We have holding pens in Industry, Fayetteville, Carmine, and LaGrange. For more info, you can call the barn at 979-542-2274 or check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or GittingsLivestock.com. And remember, at Giddings Livestock, your cattle are our business.
All right, we're going into the bottom of the fifth. Time for the Lions to get something going here. Nothing ball game. As Landon Smith, who's been efficient as well with 4 scoreless innings up to this point, giving up 3 hits. He's only thrown 53 pitches. Brody Dooley was started off. Brody popped up to short his first time up back in the second inning. Takes a high fastball for ball. The 1-0. There's a strike call just above the belt. It's 1-1. The 1-1 to Brody. There's another strike call. Thought about it and held off right above the knees. And it's a 1-2 count. Smith has only struck out 2 batters. He's walked a couple. And there's a line drive into the gap. It's going to get down. That'll be a base hit. As Jake Bennett gets over there to cut it off. There's a good swing by Dooley down in the count. And the Lions have the go-ahead run on here with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Batting for the Lions, number 23, Dylan Henneke.
All right, Dylan Henneke struck out swinging his first time. A bunt wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibilities here. Zach Beckett, the third baseman's on the edge of what would be real grass if it was grass. This is a full turf field, and he does square around and popped it up right back to the pitcher. Up so much for that as Henneke pops up the bunt attempt. Got to get it on the ground.
Now batting for the Lions, number 0, Jack Winford.
That'll bring up Jack Winford with Dooley at first. Second baseman Cash Powell shaded toward the bag a little bit at second. And that strike calls on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Dooley not really a threat to run. He's had some leg injury issues. Pretty good lead, though. And that pitch, check swing, and the first base umpire said no. That pitch off the plate a little bit inside, and it's 1 ball and a strike to Jack Winford with the top of the order, Lawson Fritch on deck. Stretch and pitch. Slow roller up the third base side, but it's going foul. And Winford falls behind now 1-2. Burton is playing on the other side of town here in Huntsville tonight at Sam Houston State against Overton in the 2A Division II state semifinal. Schulenburg plays tomorrow night in Division I at Caldwell. Swing and a miss off speed. And that is strike 3 as Winford goes down. Third strikeout for Smith. And Dooley, who led off the inning with a hit, is still there with 2 outs now. Top of the order, Lawson Fritch. He is singled and struck out. Schulenburg playing center field tomorrow night in game 1 at 7. All right, Smith stretches to pitch to Fritch. Bouncing ball to third, right on top of the back. Beckett, a long throw, takes a long hop, but handed by Ross, and the leadoff single does not develop into anything as Smith gets the next 3 batters to get out of the inning. And we are through 5. It is Brookeland nothing, Fayetteville nothing in game 1 here in Huntsville. We'll be back.
LaGrange Napa has summer savings on Zerix antifreeze coolant starting as low as $12.99 a gallon. Chevron Delo 400 XLE motor oil $18.99 a gallon. Seafoam products start as low as $8.49. That's at LaGrange Napa, located at 210 East Travis, LaGrange.
Emil and Mary Schley are proud to be a sponsor of this broadcast and wish good luck to the Fayetteville Lions baseball team in the baseball playoffs. They send a special recognition to their grandson, Jack Schley. They are very proud of you and of the entire team. The Lions are an example of what happens when you combine teamwork and hard work. Again, best of luck from Emil and Mary Schley.
Jack Schley with 8 strikeouts back out there for the top of the 6th. He has 76 pitches through 5 innings. His counterpart, Landon Smith, has thrown 63 through 5 innings. Lions, no runs, 2 hits. They've left 3 batters. Brookeland, no runs, no hits. They've left 1 runner. Neither team has made an error, which you would expect that. 2 semifinal teams play pretty decent defense. All right, here's Zach Beckett, number 8 hitter. Shorts bounced out to short his first time and takes a strike right through there above the knees, and it's 0-1. Beckett bounced out to Easton Yeager back in the 3rd inning. He is their 3rd baseman. The 0-1 from Schley. There's a ball hit out to center, and there went the no-hitter. A 1-hopper to Cole Schmidt, and the go-ahead run is on for the Wildcats here in the top of the 6th, and there's nobody out.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 5, Landon Smith.
All right, Landon Smith, the pitcher, the up, and you would assume bunt situation here with the number 9 batter. He grounded out the 3rd his first time. Beckett, not a huge lead away from Konvitsky at first. Sly stretches. He does square around and takes a strike at the knees. And probably a pitch he could bunt right above the knees there, but he took it, and it's 1 strike. Temperature very comfortable here this evening, and now that the sun has gone down. He squares around already. Casper charging, and he didn't square around that pitch and took a strike below the letters. And it's 0-2, and Smith thought that ball was high, but he has called the high strike tonight pretty consistently. So it's 0-2. He chokes up a little bit with the runner at first. Sly ready, and call strike 3 on the outside corner. Well, so much for that bunt attempt. And there's 1 gone. Strikeout number 9 for Jack, and now he has to face the top of the order and their shortstop, Cade Morgan, and one of their better players. But he has struck out twice tonight looking. Beckett's still at first with 1 away now. Sly stretches, the runner's going, pitches a strike called. The throw down is on target, and they got him! What a good throw there by Dylan Henneke, your freshman catcher, and the tag applied by Easton Yeager, and the base runner gunned down for the 2nd out. So now there's 2 outs, nobody on, and a 1-strike count to Cade Morgan. The 0-1, that comes up, and that guy got a little piece of him and hit him. Not much. Boy, that caught stealing now looks really big. So they get a runner along with 2 outs on the hit by pitch.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 1, Braden McHugh.
Braden McHugh now, the right fielder, steps up. He's hit a couple of ground balls to Jack Winford, the 2nd. All right, Sly will throw over to first, and Morgan has to dive back to the back. Sly wasn't even on the rubber yet. Top of the 6th. Supposed to be a 7-inning game. The pitch. That's slow for ball. Casper charging there. I don't know if they're going to bunt here with 2 outs. If he's bunting for a hit. He's squaring around. Now the runner's going again. The pitch is low. The throw down by Henneke. This one's a little bit up the off the first base side late. It's a stolen base for Cade Morgan. So they got the go-ahead run at second with 2 outs and a 2-ball count on Braden McHugh. And again, you're top part of the batting order here. This is their number 2 hitter in the order. All right, Sly checks the runner. The pitch to the plate. That's up and in on him for ball, and it's 3-0. I don't know how brave you get here. Let him swing on 3-0. Probably not. Maybe. All right, Sly ready out of the set. Now we got time called as the batter steps out on him. Now Dylan Henneke will go out and talk to his pitcher. Brookeland 21-2 coming into this matchup. Fayetteville 16-3. And a pretty key spot in this ball game. Top of the 6th, scoreless. Brookeland just got their first hit of the ball game. He was thrown out stealing. That was Zach Beckett. And then Morgan, though, was hit by a pitch, and he is stolen second. And he's at second base now with 2 outs and a 3-0 count on McHugh. And he takes one inside for ball, and there's 2 on. So the inning continues for Sam Lundquist, the catcher. Sammy Lundquist. He has walked and grounded out, and Coach Clint Yeager's going to go out now and talk. This is more about just be sure we know what we're doing kind of deal here, and maybe settle Sly down a little bit. He's hit a batter and walked one now back to back, and the inning started with their first hit, a single in the center. So 2 on here for Brookeland. This is the first time tonight they've had 2 base runners at one time. Sly up to 87 pitches with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. The most important hitter in the game right now is the next guy coming up, Sammy Lundquist, their number 3 hitter. All right, big time in this game. They're not holding the runner at first. Konvichka playing behind the runner there. Yeager trying to keep the runner at second close. Pitch to Lundquist, a check swing roller out toward the mound. Fly up with it over the first, on target, inning over. Boy, they got right there. The number 3 hitter with a check swing dribbler back to the mound, and they leave a couple of base runners here in the 6th. Going to the bottom of the 6th. We need a run here. It's scoreless. We'll be right back.
From Fayette Savings Bank, Lions, you continue to amaze us. Regional champs the last 4 out of 5 years and 11 times overall. Keep rolling, guys, and go win that 4th state championship next week. Y'all are a true testament to where hard work, character, and dedication can take you. Fayette Savings Bank, LaGrange, Flatonia, Schulenburg, and Weimer. Your neighbors, your community. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Farmers Lumber Company really does have everything you need, everything. That includes a great paint department, steel products, lumber, ranching and fence supplies, tools, hardware, and plumbing. Located at 515 East Travis in LaGrange, they're open Monday through Saturday. Farmers Lumber Company is also a great place to work, and they are now hiring. They're always looking for good candidates in all positions. They have an immediate need for lumber yard loaders, so stop by today and fill out an application. Farmers Lumber Company.
All right, bottom of the 6th. Lions will send up Yeager, Schley, and Konvichka in a terrific ball game here, scoreless. Now, this is nothing against Huntsville. This is a really good field, but here's the argument that the state semifinal game ought to be at Dell Diamond. where it's been. I mean, but throw down by Sammy Lundquist, their catcher. And this is only the first of a 3-game potential series here. As Landon Smith have gone toe-to-toe with Jack Schley tonight. Lions have 3 hits coming into this bottom of the 6th. Only 63 pitches for Smith through the first 5. Yeager has grounded out in a couple of times. One was a double play in the first inning and grounded out the third. He takes a pitch high for ball 1. Brookeland had their chance in the top of this inning. The Lions got out of it all right. There's another pitch that's high and away. And Yeager gets ahead 2-0. 2-0 pitch. That just fouls that one off into the screen above the first base dugout. He's still ahead 2-1. Lions have only had 1 base runner get to second base tonight so far. Now we're Schley in the 4th inning. Led off the inning with a hit. Yeager just another foul ball into that screen above the first base dugout. Now it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. All right, Smith looking in, 2-2. Bouncer to third. Tricky hop off of Beckett. He picks it up. They're not going to get him, and the Lions have a runner on the E5. That was a tricky hop. That should be an error. Let's see what the coaches from Huntsville who are running the press box put up there yet. Now they put a 4th hit up there, so maybe they're going to call it a bad hop single. That's all right. I'm good with that. I'm sure Easton Yeager will be good with that. No matter what, he's on first. Well, they put the error up. So it is an E5. They throw to first to keep him on close to the bag. Jack Schley, though, you got the good hitters right here now. This is the number 3 hitter. Schley had a base hit his last time up. Another throw over to first. Three hits for the Lions. And another toss to first base. Well, they're bottom of the 6th, the go-ahead run there for Fayetteville, so they're paying a lot of attention to Yeager. Fly swing, takes one outside, rather, for ball. Lions do have 4 hits. Pitch into Schley, low for ball. They had a hit in the first, a hit in the second, one in the 4th, and one in the 5th. That first error could be key to determine this game to let Yeager reach. 2-0. Schley takes the one high and away for ball. He's not getting anything really good to swing at here, but if he walks him, then the Lions have 2 on and nobody out. It's 3-0. Now, Smith steps off the rubber. .30 pitch. That's low for ball, and they walked him on 4 pitches, and there's 2 on and nobody out. Second walk of the night for Landon Smith. Yeager trots down to second base. And after he touches first, head coach for the Wildcats, David Morgan, out to the mound. It's 72 pitches on the evening for Landon Smith. And looks like we're going to get a pitching change. They're bringing in the ace, the shortstop, Cade Morgan, here with 2 on and nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning, or the 6th inning, I should say. So let's take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Jody Wick with Cavender Chevrolet Buick GMC in Weimar. Did you know that we are not only a Mark of Excellence award-winning dealership in sales and service, but we also offer a complete collision auto paint and body shop? That's right. We work with all insurance companies, use only the best quality PPG paint, and our technicians have over 30 years of experience and are ICAR certified. We work on both foreign and domestic cars and trucks, and we also specialize in aluminum repair. So come take advantage of all the great services we offer here at Cavender Collision Center in Weimar, making confidence happen right here at home.
Rushka Store and Bakery in Ellinger, family owned and operated since 1912 and known for their delicious kolaches, cinnamon rolls, and other freshly baked goods, along with their cheeseburger, sandwiches, and more. They're conveniently located right along Highway 71 in Ellinger. Next time you're in the area, make sure to stop, fill up on gas, snacks, and pick up some baked goods and order from the grill. While you wait on your order, browse through their area of gift items and apparel. Rushka Store and Bakery, a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Go Lions!
All right, the new pitcher is their shortstop, Cade Morgan. Now, he is supposed to be their number 1 guy in the scouting reports, that he can get it up into the upper 80s with the fastball. So he is now on the mound. His name is Cade Morgan, and we expected him to be the starting. He probably still will be the starting pitcher tomorrow. But this is an important spot here. Bottom of the 6th with nobody out. The Lions have runners in scoring position.
Now batting for the Lions, number 34, Sam.
Runners at first and second. Konvichka will be up. He has walked and lined out. Fayetteville with an opportunity here. And the first pitch from Morgan's a fastball that misses wide for ball. That was close. Yeager's at second. Andon Smith pitched a good game tonight. Gave up 4 hits. Stretch and pitch. And Konvichka takes a good cut and fouls it straight back into the screen, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Yeager at second. Sly at first. Morgan ready, and he'll take a spin back and lob one to second base. The new shortstop for the Brookeland is Zach Beckett. He went from third base to short. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Konvichka, low and away for ball, and it's 2-1. 1 out. Rather, nobody out here. Stretch and pitch, swing and a foul by Konvichka. The bottom of the 6th, scoreless game. Lions have a good threat going here. But good hitters coming up. Konvichka at 2-2. Morgan ready. Fastball, he swung and fouled it straight back. He's right on that thing. He's not behind. All right, Morgan ready, 2-2. Left-handed hitting. Chance Konvichka bounces in there, and it bounces away from Lundquist, and that'll get the runners to second and third on the wild pitch. Well, now you got a great opportunity here with nobody out. Might as well score both of them if you can. Konvichka has 21 runs batted in. First base is open now with a 3-2 count, and they're going to walk him intentionally on ball 4, and that's a smart move. That also sets up the force play at every base. And here comes the freshman Landon Casper, who has slid to right and popped up. No pressure here. Bases loaded. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning of a state semifinal game. All right, Morgan ready to pitch to Casper. Low and away for ball. Good save on the backhand side by Lundquist there. The go-ahead run is at third. The insurance runs are at first and second. This is the bottom of the 6th in a 0-0 game. Out of the windup to pitch. That's low for ball. It's 2-0. Might as well take one or two of them here. Make him throw a strike. They're not holding the runners real close. They get a good lead. 2-0 pitch, and there's a strike on the knees on the outside corner. Good take. No reason to swing at that one. Good pitch. Two-one pitch. Down low for ball. It's a 3-1 count. This has been quite a ball game, and the Lions are right on the cusp right now, picking up a run or two. 3-1. Call strike at the knees, and that was close. Maybe a little, Casper thought might have been a little inside, but it looked okay. So it's a full count now with the bases loaded and no outs. Cole Schmidt is on deck. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. He shoots one outside the first base coaching box. Got around a little late, but he held in there and gets to see another pitch. Three-two pitch. Ooh, just missed, and that's ball 4, and it walks in a run. That was a close pitch. And Coach Morgan didn't care for that one. His pitcher didn't either. And the Lions get a walk on a bases loaded to take a 1-0 lead as Casper will get the run batted in on a very close 3-2 pitch that was called high. And Easton Yeagers scores the game's first run. Schley to third, Konvichka to second. And Cole Schmidt shoots one foul down the left field side for strike one. That was a really close pitch that was called a ball. All right, Morgan stretches the pitch. Another swing and a foul by Schmidt out of play off the third base side. Lions with a chance. They can put a crooked number up here. Remember, Brookeland only has one more at bat. This is the bottom of the 6th. Schmidt is 1 for 2. The 0-2. Swinging a ball. Another one lifted down the left field line foul. He's putting up a good battle here. Schley at third, Konvichka second, Casper at first. Call strike 3, and Schmidt took one on the outside corner, and that's the first out of the inning. First strikeout for Cade Morgan. And here's Brody Dooley, who has had a hit and popped up. Boy, another run sure would be good here. All right, the pitch to Dooley. That's right there above the knees for a strike. Fastball. Dooley Smith. The suicide is on. The pitch is a strike and the slide, and they're going to get Schley at home plate on the suicide squeeze. I think he called him out. Yeah. That pitch was way outside, which is a normal thing to do, but the catcher, Sammy Lundquist, got back across on that head first slide, and they get Schley at the plate on the suicide squeeze attempt that did not work. Now there's runners at second and third with 2 outs. Dooley still at the plate with an 0-2 count. Now he steps out. So that'll go as a 1-2 put out, or 2 unassisted, I guess, for the catcher on that pitch. That'd be the way to call that. That's strike. And that strike 3, and the inning is over. So after all that, the Lions only get 1 run out of that after the failed suicide squeeze. But that run scoring on a very borderline 3-2 pitch. But the Lions got 1. They get a run on no hits. There was an error that started the inning, and they leave 2, and we're going to the top of the 7th. It's 1-0 Fayetteville. We'll be right back.
The Flatonia Livestock Commission Company has been family-owned and operated by the Beck family for over 40 years. It's located in Flatonia at 1500 U.S. Highway 90 East. Their sale is every Monday at 11:30 a.m. Flatonia Livestock receives livestock 7 days a week. That's right, 7 days a week. They have holding pens in LaGrange at 1197 Carroll Lane. Call 968-5120. They also have holding pens in Ellinger at 4824 Kazmersky Road. Contact Ron Beck Jr. at 361-772-4806. Flatonia Livestock would like to thank all of you for your continued business. Selling your livestock is Flatonia Livestock's business. Once again, thank you from the Beck family and Flatonia Livestock Commission Company.
Fayetteville Propane congratulates the Lions baseball team for reaching the state semifinals, and they wish them good luck against Brookeland. Since 1955, Fayetteville Propane has served your propane needs. Propane tanks are available for rent or sale. They also have fireplaces, heaters, gas grills, and water heaters. The Fayetteville location can be reached at 378-2213. Fayetteville Propane also has a location in Brenham.
All right, top of the 7th. Lions need 3 outs, but they only lead 1-0. Jack Schley out there trying to get that complete game shutout, as he's been really good tonight. 9 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 hit, and that came in the last inning, the 6th.
Leading off for Wildcats, number 12, Sam Ross.
That 1 run for Fayetteville on a close 3-2 pitch, but the bases loaded. It was called high, and the Lions lead 1-0. All right, here's Sam Ross. Takes a strike. He was a young man who took that foul ball earlier in this game, and it bounced up and hit him somewhere in the face area, but he's still out there. He struck out twice, and there's a shot in the left field, and that's a base hit out of the reach of Easton Yeager, and they got the tying run on here on a clean single by Sam Ross. That's only their 2nd hit. He's the cleanup batter. And here is Cash Powell. Powell has struck out twice tonight. Let's see if they try to move him up to get the tying run in the scoring position. He does square around and takes it low. Throw down to first by Casper, and they almost got him there. Ross getting a little liberal away from that bag over there. The 1-0 pitch, and he does run at that one and fouls it off, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch coming to Cash Powell. Tying run at first. Squares around and takes it low, and it bounces by Henneke, and the tying runs at second base with nobody out. That'll be a wild pitch. All right, 2-1 to Cash Powell. Schley stretches, takes the runner behind him. The pitch to the plate, the curveball. He ducked underneath that one. It was high. It's 3-1. And Brookeland putting on the pressure here in the top of the 7th inning after falling down a run. All right, 3-1. He squares around, popped up the bunt. And a good play by the freshman catcher, Dylan Henneke, up the third baseline in foul territory. Made a more or less a slide to make that catch, and they get the out on the pop-up, and there's one away. So that sacrificed attempt to try to get him to third does not work. And here is Jake Bennett coming up, has struck out and flied to the left. Again, the tying runs at second base here for Brookeland with one out in the top of the 7th. Schley has pitched a really good game tonight. Only 2 hits with 9 strikeouts. He's sitting at 95 pitches, so he's all right there. All right. Pitch to Bennett. He bunts, pops it up, and it'll be Dylan Henneke, the catcher, out in front of the plate for out number 2. And there's 2 gone as they try to bunt twice, and it's 2 pop-ups. And now they're down to their last out. Here is Jordan Brister. A little bit surprised that they would try to bunt there with 1 out, but so Brister is struck out and flied out, and all of a sudden he's their last opportunity here. Schley needs one more out for the Lions to go up 1-0. Strike call right above the belt. This has been a whale of a ball game here. Game 2 tomorrow night back at Huntsville right here at 7 o'clock. I'll be back for that one. And the Lions are an out away from going up 1-0. The 0-1 pitch, way high. Good save there by Dylan Henneke. He had to come out of his squat there to pull that one down. Brookeland has 2 hits tonight. One of those led off this inning. Ross at second, the tying run with 2 away. Brister chokes up a little bit. The pitch, swing and a miss. Tied him up low and inside, a ball and 2 strikes. And the Lions are a pitch away from closing this first game out. They're all standing. I got to stand with them, but not up. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and the ball game is over, and the Lions go up 1-0 here in this state semifinal. They're a win away from playing for the championship, and this pitching-dominated ball game tonight. A walk on a bases-loaded walk scores the only run of the game for the Lions in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they win this thing 1-0 as Jack Schley strikes out Brister to end the ball game and put down a mini threat that the Brookeland Wildcats had here in the top of the 7th. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 left. The final score, Fayetteville 1, Brookeland 0. We'll be back right after this to Huntsville.
Reader's Air Conditioning and Heating Incorporated in LaGrange is proud to be a part of tonight's broadcast. A Lennox home comfort system from Reader's Air Conditioning and Heating gives you and your family around-the-clock comfort at a perfect temperature. Call 968-5277 to learn more. Reader's Air Conditioning and Heating along with Lennox. Comfort is just a phone call away. Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All righty, welcome back to Huntsville. What a ball game this was tonight. If you wanted pitching, this was it. 1-0 as the Fayetteville Lions go up 1-0 in the winning run, a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Easton Yeager led off the inning, reached on an error, and then Jack Schley walked. The wild pitch got Yeager down to second. Schley walks. They've got 2 on. And then they intentionally walked Chance Konvichka, who had a 3-ball count, to load the bases. And then Camden Casper came up, the freshman, and a very close 3-2 pitch was high, and that walked in the game's only run. And Casper gets an RBI and the winning run by Jack Schley, and that's how it ends, 1-0. The Brookeland got their leadoff man on at the top of the 7th. Sam Ross with a base hit, moved up on a wild pitch, and then the next 2 batters, Cash Powell and Jake Bennett, both popped up to the catcher, Dylan Henneke, on bunt attempts, and then Jordan Brister came up and strikes him out swinging, and that ends the ball game. So what a great game this was tonight, and Fayetteville goes up 1-0 with Game 2 back here at Huntsville tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and I'll be back for that one right here on KBUK. Here's the totals for the Lions. 1 run on 4 hits. They did not make an error, and they left a total of 5 runners on base. For Brookeland, no runs on 2 hits. They wound up making 1 there, and that was crucial. That turned out to be the winning run as Yeager opened up the 6th inning, reaching on an error, and he wound up scoring the game's only run. So for Brookeland, no runs, 2 hits, an error, and they stranded 3 runners. Great night of pitching for Jack Schley. Complete game shutout, gave up 2 hits and wound up striking out 10. And a hard luck loss for the Brookeland starter tonight. That would be Landon Smith, who was lifted with nobody out and 2 on base in the bottom of the 6th, and he gets tagged with the loss because Yeager was one of the batters he faced, and he scored the game's only run. But he pitched a good game as well, only gave up 4 hits, didn't have the strikeouts, but Sewell had a lot of ground ball outs, and he takes the loss, and the Lions go up 1-0 here, and we knew this was going to be a good series because both of these teams are really good. And Game 2 tomorrow night, I would expect we'll see Cade Morgan, the gentleman who finished out the 6th inning. He's supposed to be their top guy, and you would expect him to be starting tomorrow night's game. Now, he does have pitches from those four batters that he faced tonight. Those pitches will carry over into tomorrow night's game for him, and I would assume, I'm guessing here, that Chance Konvichka probably will be the starting pitcher tomorrow for Fayetteville. But again, that's strictly speculation on my part. But what a really good ball game. High quality for a state semifinal, and Fayetteville wins 1-0. And again, this is 2 really good teams, and the Lions have the advantage now going into Game 2 tomorrow night back here at Huntsville. And with that 1-0 lead, but Brookeland is very capable. That is a really good team that Fayetteville is playing, 2 really good teams. And the Lions scratch out a run on a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the 6th inning. Easton Yeager scores on the walk by Camden Casper, and that's the game's only run, the game winner. The final score, Fayetteville 1 and the Brookeland Wildcats nothing here at Huntsville High School. I want to thank our sponsors tonight. They included Menardsec Construction Company, Adamsec State Farm Insurance, Fayetteville Bank, Orsox Cafe, Bridge Cattle Company, Colorado Valley Communications, Giddings Livestock Commission Company, LaGrange Napa, Emil and Mary Schley, Fayette Savings Bank, FLC Group, Cavender Auto Country, Bruschka Store and Bakery, Latonia Livestock Commission Company, and Fayetteville Propane, along with Readers Air Conditioning and Heating. We thank all those folks for being a part of it as well. And thank you all for listening, and thanks to Mike Anders. And again, Jack Sly, the winner, a shutout with 10 strikeouts, only giving up 2 hits. And Easton Yeager scores the only run on the bases-loaded walk by Camden Casper, and the Lions go up 1-0. Get a chance, come to Huntsville tomorrow. If not, tune in right here on 104.9 KBUK or KVLG-KBUK.com. That'll do it from Huntsville. The game lasted about an hour and 45 minutes. You can't beat that. 1-0 Fayetteville. They're up 1-0. They're a win away from going to the state championship game next week. We'll talk to you folks tomorrow night from here at Huntsville High School. Good night, everybody.